Have you ever felt like you're not enough? Like no matter what you do, there's always someone better, smarter, or more successful? If you've ever struggled with self-doubt, fear of failure, or the pressure to be perfect, then this book might just change your life. Hey there, book lovers! Welcome back to Book Summaries, where we break down the best books to help you grow, learn, and become your best self. Today, we're diving into Brené Brown's groundbreaking book, Daring Greatly. This book is all about embracing vulnerability and how it can lead to a more courageous, connected, and meaningful life. Trust me, this is a must-read. Chapter 1: Scarcity and the Fear of Not Being Enough. Brené Brown starts by talking about something we all experience, this feeling that we're never enough, we're not successful enough, smart enough, or even loved enough. This is what she calls a culture of scarcity. It's that constant comparison trap where we measure ourselves against others and always feel like we fall short. Key takeaways. Shame, comparison, and disengagement are the biggest contributors to this scarcity mindset. The only way to overcome it? We need to shift our mindset towards what Brené calls wholehearted living, which means embracing who we are, flaws and all. Personal opinion. This really hit home for me. How many times do we stop ourselves from taking action just because we feel like we're not ready or good enough? If you've ever felt stuck in self-doubt, this chapter alone will open your eyes. Chapter 2: The Myths of Vulnerability. All right, let's bust some myths about vulnerability. Brené Brown says that most of us see vulnerability as a weakness, but actually it's the key to courage, creativity, and connection. 4 big myths about vulnerability. Myth number 1: vulnerability is weakness. Nope, being open and honest takes real strength. Myth number 2: I don't do vulnerability. Whether we admit it or not, vulnerability is part of life. Myth number 3: vulnerability is oversharing. It's about authenticity, not spilling your deepest secrets to everyone. Myth number 4: I can do it alone. No one thrives in isolation. We all need connection. Personal opinion. I used to believe that being vulnerable made me look weak, but after reading this chapter, I realized that the strongest people are the ones who can admit their fears, ask for help, and still show up. Chapter 3: Shame and How to Overcome It. Let's talk about shame. You know, that little voice in your head that says, you're not good enough, you'll never succeed, people will judge you. That's shame talking, and Brené says it's one of the biggest barriers to vulnerability. Shame versus guilt. Guilt equals, I did something bad. Shame equals, I am bad. How to build shame. Resilience. Recognize your shame triggers. Talk about it with someone you trust. Practice self-compassion. Own your story instead of hiding from it. Personal opinion. This part of the book was a game changer for me. The more we talk about our struggles, the less power shame has over us. Seriously, try it. Chapter 4: The Vulnerability Armor. Ever notice how we protect ourselves from feeling vulnerable? We put on what Brené calls emotional armor. Here are the 3 biggest types of armor people use. Perfectionism. Trying to be flawless so no one can criticize us. Numbing. Using distractions like food, work, or social media to avoid feelings. Foreboding joy. Never fully enjoying good moments because we fear they won't last. Personal opinion. I used to struggle with perfectionism a lot, but after reading this, I started embracing good enough instead of perfect, and let me tell you, it's so freeing. Chapter 5: Daring Leadership and Vulnerability at Work. Did you know that vulnerability isn't just for personal growth? It's actually a secret weapon in the workplace. Why vulnerability matters. In leadership, leaders who admit mistakes and show authenticity build stronger teams. Creativity and innovation thrive in workplaces where people feel safe to take risks. Companies that use shame-based management end up with disengaged employees. Personal opinion. This made me rethink leadership. If you're a boss, manager, or even part of a team, vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's how you build trust and innovation. Chapter 6. Parenting and Teaching with Vulnerability. Parents and teachers, listen up. Brené says the best gift we can give kids is to show them it's okay to be vulnerable. That means no shaming in discipline. Instead of saying, "You're bad," say, "That behavior wasn't okay." Encourage imperfection. Teach kids that mistakes are part of learning. Model vulnerability. When parents admit their own fears and failures, kids learn courage. Personal opinion. I love this part. Whether you're a parent or not, this chapter makes you rethink how we shape the next generation. What this book taught me. So, here's my biggest takeaway from Daring Greatly. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage. The more we embrace it, the more we grow, connect, and truly live. Would I recommend this book? 100% yes. If you struggle with self-doubt, perfectionism, or fear of failure, this book will open your eyes. Brené Brown's research is not just insightful, but life-changing. What do you think? Have you read Daring Greatly? What was your biggest takeaway? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a great book summary. See you next time, and remember, dare greatly.